But before we start this video, I would like you to join Top Tennis Player Weekly Workout Plan now. See exactly how they train from Monday to Sunday. Easy to follow guide plus their daily diet plan. Start today, link below.
The jumping actions he performs are directly tied to how he transfers energy from the ground into his shots. In modern tennis, power does not come only from the arm or the racket. It starts from the legs, travels through the core, and is finally released through the upper body. For a player like Cobolli, who relies on aggressive ground strokes, explosive leg drive allows him to load quickly and unload with precision. When he strikes the ball, especially on his forehand, the ability to push off the court surface with force gives him extra penetration and depth without overswinging. This makes his shots heavier and more difficult for opponents to handle. His movement patterns also explain why this kind of lower body explosiveness is so important. Cobolli often plays on surfaces where sliding and recovery are essential. Particularly, he needs to decelerate, stabilize, and then accelerate again, almost instantly. The repeated jumping movements condition his body to handle those transitions efficiently. They improve how quickly he can change direction, how well he can recover after a wide shot, and how effectively he can regain balance before the next strike. Without that foundation, his aggressive intent would break down under the physical demands of long rallies. Another key aspect is how these movements enhance his court positioning. Cobolli likes to play close to the baseline, taking time away from his opponent. That requires precise footwork and the ability to adjust his stance rapidly. Explosive leg strength helps him make those micro adjustments, whether he is stepping into a ball early or reacting to an unexpected change in pace. It allows him to stay dynamic instead of static, which is crucial for maintaining control during high-speed exchanges. Endurance is also part of the equation. While the word explosive suggests short bursts, the real challenge in tennis is repeating those bursts over and over again. Cobolli's leg work prepares him to sustain that intensity across an entire match. As fatigue sets in, players often lose their ability to push off effectively, leading to shorter shots and slower reactions. By strengthening this area, he reduces that drop-off, keeping his game consistent even in demanding situations. When Cobolli performs this movement, he is targeting the muscles responsible for pulling, stabilizing, and supporting the upper body. These are the same muscles that help him control the racket through contact and guide the ball with precision. Tennis is often seen as a sport dominated by pushing actions, particularly through the forehand. But without strong pulling strength, that balance is lost. The seated rowing motion helps him counteract that imbalance, ensuring that his shoulders remain stable and aligned during powerful swings. This becomes especially important when looking at how Cobolli constructs his ground strokes. His game relies on generating pace while maintaining control, and that requires a strong connection between the upper body and the core. The back muscles act as a bridge in this chain, transferring energy efficiently while keeping everything coordinated. When he strikes the ball, the ability to control the follow-through and decelerate the racket safely is just as important as the initial acceleration. The rowing action reinforces that control, allowing him to stay consistent even when hitting with high intensity. Another reason this exercise matters so much to him is posture. During a match, players spend a lot of time in slightly forward, leaning positions. Over time, this can lead to fatigue in the upper back and shoulders, which then affects shot quality. By strengthening these areas, Cobolli is able to maintain a more solid posture throughout rallies. This means better balance, cleaner contact, and more reliable shot placement, even deep into a match. There is also a direct link between this kind of strength work and his movement on. While the legs drive most of the movement, the upper body must remain stable as the lower body works underneath. If the upper body collapses or rotates uncontrollably, it becomes much harder to recover and prepare for the next shot. The seated row helps him develop the stability needed to keep his torso controlled while changing direction or sliding into shots, which is especially valuable on slower surfaces. Injury prevention is another major factor. Tennis places significant stress on the shoulders, particularly because of the repetitive By strengthening the muscles around the shoulder blades and upper back, Cobolli reduces the risk of overuse injuries. These muscles help keep the shoulder joint in a safe position, absorbing some of the stress that would otherwise be placed on smaller, more vulnerable structures. This allows him to train and compete more consistently without interruptions. The benefits also extend to his serve. While the serve is often associated with leg drive and shoulder rotation, the back muscles are heavily involved in controlling the motion and maintaining balance throughout the action. A stronger back allows Cobolli to stay stable during the upward drive and follow through, leading to better accuracy and more efficient energy transfer. Flavio Cobolli also places serious importance on cardio work, and it connects directly to the way he competes on court. His style demands constant movement, repeated acceleration, and the ability to stay mentally sharp during long, physically demanding rallies. Without a strong aerobic base, that intensity would quickly fade, and his aggressive approach would become difficult to sustain. Tennis is not played at a steady pace. It is a sport built on bursts of effort, followed by short recovery periods, and Cobolli's cardio preparation reflects that reality. He needs to be able to push hard for a point, recover quickly, and then repeat that process again and again without a drop in quality. This is where his conditioning becomes a major advantage. It allows him to maintain high energy levels deep into matches, especially in his movement patterns make this even more important. Cobolli likes to stay active with his feet, constantly adjusting his position and looking to take the ball early. That kind of movement requires a continuous supply of energy. If his cardio is not at the required level, his footwork would slow down, his reactions would become less sharp, and he would start arriving late to the ball. By building strong endurance, he ensures that his footwork remains quick and precise from the first point to the last. Cardio training also supports his recovery between points. In tennis, there is very little time to reset, both physically and mentally. A well-conditioned player can lower their heart rate faster, control their breathing, and prepare for the next rally with clarity. For Cobolli, this means he can stay composed under pressure, making better decisions instead of rushing or forcing shots due to fatigue. That composure is often the difference in tight moments. There is also a clear link between his endurance and the quality of his shots. When players get tired, their technique often breaks down. The legs stop driving properly, the timing becomes inconsistent, and the ball starts landing short or off target. Cobolli's cardio work helps prevent that drop-off. It allows him to keep generating power from his legs, maintain balance, and strike the ball cleanly even after extended rallies. This consistency is crucial for a player who wants to dictate play rather than react. Another important aspect is how cardio training reduces the risk of injury. Fatigue is one of the main causes of poor movement and bad positioning, which can lead to unnecessary strain on joints and muscles. By improving his endurance, Cobolli is better able to stay in control of his body, even during physically demanding. This helps him avoid situations where he is overstretching or losing balance, both of which increase the risk of injury.
Ascolta ciccio, you frame it low, I smell your fear like vino vecchio. This court is my mandamento, you just a pagliaccio. Break your spirit with a battuta di precisere, then I curse your bloodline. Basta di cazzo che smorzata da vigliacco. Mafia sul campo. Ogni punto è una tassa che paghi con la faccia. Flavio Cobolli, la mazza, il coltello, il trionfo, il tuo servizio, una puttana. sei fottuto, amico. Questo non è tennis, è omertà sul rettilaio. Ti sbatto a terra, racchetta in faccia, poi ti sussurro, baciami il culo. Stronzo fuori dalla classifica. Una lob, ma che palle, sei un bamboccio. Io sono il sicario